back into the bottom on the side.
No, I'm saying these.
Look at this. I can't pass them to that.
What's up, mate?
Well, there's a stepping back seam there. In the baseboard.
Where?
Yeah, that joint, that last joint. Quite a big step in it.
It don't matter.
Oh, yeah,
You won't see it, Dave.
Yeah.
What's that? You won't see it, Dave. Don't worry about it.
Well, someone's been busy here.
Yeah, a lot of work. As I say, this week's been all this.
Put the bottom of the thing in. Just flush.
See, look, it's all over the place here.
Right. That's flush at the bottom.
Yeah, that's flush.
Right, so I'll get 2 holes in and drill it.
Okay.
See, you hold there if you want.
Hey?
You want to hold up?
No, I'll have to drill holes in. 4 holes first.
Yeah, so yeah, I've done a lot of work this week.
Right.
Can you super glue this or something? I'll glue it on because I've got to be accustomed to that.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Let me get some behind it. Yeah, hang on. I'll put some more glue on there. Well, it'll be alright now. Fix this. There you go. We're going to have to take a little bit off the road.
You're joking.
No, because we put the cut in it. Yeah, so that we need a curb putting in. I can't believe that. You're right, Dave. Why is that sticking out there like that?
You tell me.
Well, we're just going to have to get around it because we can't change it. Matt, move that one for me there, can you?
Just be careful, Pete. It's got a stick under that end up. It's holding it up level. Don't knock that out.
No, I won't. Go on.
Because it's dipped quite a lot.
Where's this going up? Up
Just
here?
put it there a minute. I've got to get underneath. I want to have a look. See this table, look. See this table?
Yeah.
Hang on. Hang on a minute. Right, over there. Hang on, Matt, hang on. Right. Can you put that leg under now? There, look. Right. Put them backings in. The board that Dave's got there, where he's got his stick, is nowhere near the table.
Right.
That's the problem. Nowhere near it.
Yeah.
So go around the end. Here. This is nowhere near, this is miles ahead.
You just hold it up there.
Yeah. Well, he said something supporting, isn't it? So
Yes, well he's got that, but we've got to take this up. So if you get some more packing, please. Get some packings. There's a bag full of packings that Dave bought. Bucket of packing pieces. Where those boards are upstairs. I think that's where we last used them. I don't know a lot, but I do know where some things are.
Didn't know where the bridge was the other week.
No, I didn't.
He was in a box marked Big Bridge.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
Right, Matt, come on. If you go down there, I'll lift it. Right. Pull the ones at the front of it. One leg.
Hang on, I'm going to have to get a cramp on that. They're not strong enough. Just hold it, Pete. Where's the cramps gone now? Oh, there's one. That'll do for one.
They're on the top.
Right. You go back.
It's not flush, it's dropping, you
Go back
see.
in. Put another pack in. Contact.
Alright.
Right.
You're flush, aren't you?
Ready?
Yeah, but what do you want me to do?
Flush with that one, not flush with that one.
No, well, this one.
Got it?
No, that's what I said, that's what I'm on about. The different levels.
Yeah. Right.
Right? Just keep your hands on it, right?
Put one more pack in. One this leg in.
Let me drill.
Here.
Bolt.
One in. And
No.
put one more pack in.
Where do you want to be? In there? Hey? You stay down
All
there.
that. Right, now put your pack in.
Down by Saltney Ferry in an old church.
Oh, okay.
Where? Well, that's big.
You see?
Get that bolt there.
Yeah.
You'll wash it.
This is Dave's.
Have you heard the spirit level?
Put it through.
I could get the tank in there.
You ready?
It's all better than it was before, isn't it?
Spirit level down there, Dave. Behind you.
Yeah. Oh. Well, it's minimal. It's like.
Yeah, forget it.
But that's a lot. Do you want me to do that one?
Try it.
Yeah, that's spot on.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Come on, mate.
This is just magical bag. Oh. Not that.
No. See ya.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I might put it up there, pal.
Right, I want two in to all that for a minute now. You get at that end.
Want these clamps?
No, come
No, hang on a minute.
Now, right. Hold it up flush, Pete, to this one, because it's going to be bolt straight to it. Flush, yeah. Hang on, I can't get in. I can't get in.
I'm not flushing the bottom.
We can't do that. Because the road's holding it out.
You drop down, Pete. Drop down. Keep it. Don't keep waddling it about, Pete. Just keep it flush as you can near the bottom for now.
Right.
Drop your end, Pete.
Right, this is where we got a problem with miles out here.
Miles out here now.
It's alright. These have got me level. Oh, well, right. Now you've got to make the baseboards fit. Fucking miles out.
Yeah.
And what do you want me to do about that?
Well, this is what I can't understand.
Well, it's miles out, isn't it?
Yeah.
There, it's just got to go up to there, that's all.
Yeah.
Right. Where's it up? It's not good. You're going to have to do it on this board here. You're going to have to do it here. Let me come on that side and do the... fasten to. No, hang on, let me come on that side. Right, on the wire. Put it there.
Whoa! Behind you.
I want the drill. And Phil made you move it back.
You're at the right angle. You're nearly.
Easy this. Can you keep that pressed into there without keep your fingers away from the teeth?
Yeah, go on.
Because I've got to do this with 2 hands.
Hang on, Dave.
No. You can't do it.
Right, now you can.
Oh, I've got a bleeding nail there, haven't I?
Hang on. Let's do it this way.
That's alright.
Yeah, we'll do it this way.
The nail there.
Yeah, you got a pair of pinches? Yeah.
You're not going to see it anyway. So if I just, I'll watch now. That'll file that. No, don't worry, we'll file it.
Tap it.
Where's my rasp?
I'll do.
There we go. Right, get my rasp on it. Sod's law in it, bloody nail.
Yep. Well, when I made it, it wasn't there.
Punch, can't you?
No, it's coming from the outside, I think.
Just, we need a pair of pliers.
Yeah.
See what we have there, Dave, is YouTube gold.
Is it?
Advanced joinery. Working a saw upside down.
Yeah.
That must take some practice.
You know, I was taught to do that by a Jamaican joiner.
Right.
He was brilliant,
Right.
absolutely brilliant. I tell you what, there was no he couldn't do.
Right.
And he taught me how to use a saw backwards.
Right.
Because he made it dead easy. Some right awkward jobs sometimes. You got to cut. He made it so easy. I'll never forget it.
You won't see that at all. No, you won't see that.
I'll make sure everyone's got a front row seat, Pete.
Yeah, have a look.
Alright, next one. Well, let's see if it fits in.
Can't finish this bit.
Right.
That's alright.
So that's going on now, then you can go wild.
Well, I can see what I've got to do then.
Right.
So you can see I've got, obviously there's no clouds on any of this, so
Right.
but I don't put the clouds on until it's finished.
Right.
So
So what are you working on once the back scene's on and you can see which parts are you going to be working on next?
well, you can see here, look, it's marked out. There's a block, the big block of flats here, which is the complicated one.
Right.
There's a block of flats there, a block of flats here, and a block of flats there. Once they go in, you can see that obviously dominates. Along with those 3 flats, it changes the scene completely.
Yeah.
So the big jobs now, other than obviously the buildings themselves, is the old station building, which goes here, all the road markings and the car parking markings.
Right.
I mean, you know,
The other end of this. Right in.
Have you mentioned the additional 300 cars to Chris yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yes, I mentioned. I wasn't the most popular bloke in the world, by the way. So these are my bridge parapets.
Right.
So that's
Very smart.
yeah. So obviously, it's like there's all the road markings, but I've got all the scenic side done now. The boards aren't clipped up, which they have to be me to do the road markings. So they're not clipped.
Right.
But you can see.
Oh, it's a big scene, isn't it?
Well, you can now see just that one board, which is this board here, which I even can't quite recognise myself now. But this board, look how much difference that's made.
Yeah.
You know, you've got.
It's growth, it's expansion, isn't it? It just.
Well, you've got now a whole scene, which is.
It's always the better scrunch. It's a tight.
Well, it's been hard fought for, hasn't it? Really.
Well, you're into the pendant modelling scene now here.
Right.
Well, you know, because it's just.
Larger landscapes.
Up against.
Is it the polystyrene that's stopping it?
Yeah.
Right, all this again, Matt, please. Right, I'll set the box
That's the
out.
one with a step in it, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll take it off and show you.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't it?
Hang on a minute, you've got a problem there. This is like. You know, it's a completely different
Get on it, boys.
concept of pendant, but it's the same sort of modelling in that you're trying to create a real scene. You know, this isn't this is not fictitious.
Right.
So you're trying to blend nature in with the model. I mean, the fact that this is this piece here is probably 64 feet in
Right.
reality.
Yes.
So you can't. It's impossible to do that. So you're sort of squeezing 8 foot, which is this. Suddenly you're squeezing into 64 feet. You can't do that.
Creative compression.
What you've got to create the illusion
Buckle, boys.
of space,
Right.
which is what we do with the big trees.
Yeah, that's better.
You know, you once you've got the flats here,
Wait a minute, so we've done this up.
it just says there's some space.
Right.
That's what it says, doesn't it? There's an area of greenland between.
Yeah.
Now, of course, in reality, the row of houses go down the back there. But again, you just this piece between the end of Watford Tunnel and Watford Station would be 72 feet just on its own, without
Right.
any station, without any lead in. So if this was scale in itself, it would probably be in the region of 125 feet
Right.
between there and the base board, which you can't model.
No. And then it might be boring because it is just scenery.
Yeah, it's like Pendle's wonderful. It's taken them 40 years to get to where they are.
Yes. Yeah.
We've got 6 weeks.
Yes.
Or 6 months at maximum. We haven't got 6 months. You know, this is, this so far is 8 weeks' work. You know, we're only meeting 1 day a week currently because Phil's so busy, building these complicated flats.
When do you expect to see elements of them? Next week? Week
I
after?
hope so, because, I think, again, when you're doing these modern layouts, you're modelling really complex structures compared with what the 20s and 30s. The 20s and 30s architecture is fantastic, but compared to this, it's quite simple. And I don't mean that in that terms, but I mean, you ain't got 20 stories, for instance.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
this one here, I've never seen anything as complex
Right.
as that.
Right.
That's so complex. It's unreal.
Can't wait to see it.
Phil's taken. this is complicated.
I mean, we're all down here on making tracks 4. Have you done any work on making tracks 5 this week?
Yes, I have actually. You want
Right.
to go and have a look?
Yeah, well, I'd love to have a look.
Come on. So I suppose the good news in a way
Right.
is because we're actually building 2 layouts at once. If I get stuck downstairs, I can always come upstairs. So for instance, this week I've done quite a lot up here. So Paul came and we finished the grass off.
Right.
We've added the 3rd rail here, so we've only got a little bit before we reach Wembley. So this is the old Great Central Bridge. So I finished basically the greenery off.
Right.
Although I will put more in, but you know, these, we've got all the gantries are done. I've got some other ones, and Aaron wants to play around with some special gantries. But as far as, I mean, obviously the boards have got to be wired.
Yep.
There's got to be backboards put on, but the real complication comes here. And this is what we've learned over all the making tracks, that when you come to your copper clads, which we talked about earlier,
Right.
they've really got to be at 90 degrees, because it doesn't work if you're on an angle. So for instance, if we look at this, which is the overground, which will come round here, so when it gets to here, it's going to be at an angle. So what I've planned deliberately is that this one will actually build this board out to where the grass ends.
Okay.
Will be an extension.
Right.
Because it goes down.
Right.
Okay. So then that joint becomes just square, the same as this.
Okay.
Gets around all the problems with having joints on corners, because it's a no-no. It just doesn't work. It gives you more problems, bad running, and when you're doing exhibitions and you're getting people that, you know, haven't got model railways that are running them, it creates huge problems for you.
Right.
This is simple. So to get this, which is not here at the minute, to get this into Bushy, because obviously that's where Bushy goes round to Watford High Street, it needs to drop down.
Right.
Okay, so you're not you're adding up the width at that height, but then it goes down because it's on an embankment.
Right.
So so it will be extended here at the right height.
Yes.
But then the last 4 inches will drop down to give the impression that you've got an embankment all the way to Bushy.
Right.
So like we did at Rugby, if you remember, on the very making tracks 2.
Yes.
There was a 6-inch extension where it drops down to give you the effect that it's on a bank, which it is, of course.
Right.
But that's what you learn from experience, isn't it? You learn
As you go along.
You learn that certain things are in your favour or out of your favour, and you can plan. If you can plan ahead, you've cracked it.
We're going to put a shuttle on these lines, yes?
Yeah, yeah. So these will. The idea is for Chester Cathedral. These are working.
Right.
You know, there'll be a shuttle up and down, and the idea is that they'll be automatic. And obviously this is Wembley Central here, so it'll go into the, obviously it goes around the corner here, so it'll go round, there'll be a point, and they'll just automatically swap over onto the other line.
Right.
And go back up the other way. That's the plan.
Good. We love plans
We love plans.
because we can change them as we go along.
Well, quite often you have to, don't you? Let's be honest.
It's called adapting.
Yeah, so there's a couple of nice little features here. These are the ends of houses. I've just put that, I haven't got the roofs on yet, but they're actually like that close to the railway, so they're quite interesting because you're viewing it from that side.
Yes.
Yeah, interesting.
Oh, all right. So this, I'm on the scenic side now.
You're on the viewing side.
Right. Okay.
This is the scenic side. Yeah. Yeah. It's such. Yeah. So here's me Buddleja, which you saw. I think we saw you making last week. So it's just twisted wire. You just solder the bottom in a solder pot and then tease it out like that, and then you've got perfect Buddleja.
Good to go. Brilliant.
Don't worry about it, not a problem.
Oh God. Yes, I saw that. I wondered.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's a measure. Now, all I need to know is where it is, and I can put some blocks on so we can fasten it. But it's high, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Isn't it?
Well, it's here, it's this end somewhere, isn't it?
Hey?
It's up here, isn't it?
Well, it'll be behind whatever the tallest flats are. Yeah.
Yeah, which is...
Yeah, well, I need to know where it is.
Yeah,
But in order to fix it, I've got to put some blocks on the back of this back seam. I can't fasten it yet.
it's where you're standing.
So what purpose? What's that designed to do?
Yeah.
About here then, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Is it what makes the flats stand out more, or
No,
what's
you've got a bit of cloud behind the back flats, haven't you?
Oh, okay.
Because the flat's so tall.
He did it at Blakemere, but he codged it up, didn't he? He put two pieces in and
Yeah, it was done for Blakemere, yeah.
yeah, it was a bit of whatever, shall we say.
Temporary
Right.
measure.
Yeah, something like that.
Right, you can't move this once I've fixed it. Once it's gone, well, you take it off, but it won't be able to move it down because there's no blocks to fix it to. I've got to glue some blocks on here, yeah. So I need to know.
So what you have to do is
exactly
go around this
what's on the
side and tell him where to go.
Yeah, boys.
Yeah.
Keep the plywood flush at the front, not the back.
Well, you want to be to the right of the thing.
They also
At
people
the
tell us
front.
that.
This way. Right towards us there.
Keep going. Keep going.
This is our Chuckle Brothers moment.
To me, to you. Hang on, tell me to book. Let you conjure it.
You're joking. Have to take the central out, Pete.
Ah. Scheisenhausen.
Right, Karen.
There.
That's your problem.
For now, it don't matter, just tilt.
Left the colour up here.
Hang on, tilt it forward. You have to do it
Keep
like
going, keep going. Whoa, hang on a minute. I've lost the plot here.
I know, as usual. Hey, you can't swear.
That's it.
We never had a plot.
I don't edit, Pete. You know that.
I know you.
No.
How did this work out?
What we need, Pete, is a script.
I use glue. I stick all the
Well, that's
bits
the
together and then
tallest.
it goes out the door.
Wants to be a little bit this way, doesn't it?
Why have you got
No,
that
it's not the
back seat behind
BBC,
this
you
plot?
know. We don't edit things out.
Because I don't think that's
That'll be
that
a
high.
highlight.
Oh, you must be. You had this length
Can't
up at
say
Blakemere. I've not made it any longer.
No, I know.
Oh, well, this was short, wasn't it? Like,
Why can't you just balance it? What was
you could
short?
have it, the whole back scene, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you can put lots
The
of flats up
tallest
there, wouldn't
thing is about there, isn't it?
No,
Why
that's
can't you
the
just
tallest.
why can't you
Oh,
just do
it's
it
about right
evenly?
there then, wasn't it?
Why can't you do it evenly between that point and this point?
Because it doesn't
It
work.
was to hide that tall building, once you give something,
Where's a tall building?
Here. Go that way.
it's about right there.
Go toward Dave.
To you.
Don't drop it.
No, I've got it.
Otherwise you'll damage Pete's grass and then we sack.
I've got it.
No, come there. That's the most.
No, it's Pete, it's got to be right. Never mind, that's the most.
Right, well, hang on a minute here. Hang on a minute.
You've got one go at this.
Right, well, hang on a minute then. The only way this is going to work,
Because that was a bit longer.
Pull the flats out. Wait.
that's. Don't go down that route.
No, don't tell me what the back scene's off.
Dave, can you design it with a sliding fixture so that we can change our minds on layout?
Once only.
Right, so what I was going to suggest, okay, is we have a cup of tea.
Oh.
No, hang on, listen, Dave, there's a reason I'm doing this.
Where that is about.
We've got to put the flats in
Yeah.
to see how it works.
So you can hide when you don't want to talk to them. You can just go, you haven't seen me, right? You know.
What do you think?
See, the other thing that once this is fixed, the lights have got to be set out.
That's what I'm saying. So we've got
And I
to.
can't get the lights in above this now.
Right, so That's what I'm saying. So we've got to fix the flats in to judge that. It won't work unless we've got the flats in.
Where's the one, the most southerly one, this one? Northerly one?
No, it's these that we're worried about. They're not that tall.
They're not a problem, are they?
No.
You're not getting any
No.
vaccine above
So,
them.
if you brought that just that little bit more, you'd have that behind the wall then, wouldn't you?
I don't want
This
it.
is what,
I
Because the
think you're
first thing you'll
guessing.
do, when
I
you
think
come
you've
to
just
it,
already
they'll
said
move
what's-
it along a bit and put
well,
another
that's
wall
why
in.
they
And we end up
are.
with
These are flats, they're
Right,
flats.
that's-
Obviously
one
want that
pitch and it's having
tall
that's
piece
it.
in the middle sort of. This is
No,
really
I'm
well.
making it easy for putting up and taking down.
Right.
Never mind. Somebody will say, where does this go? If you give them an option of where it can go, that's what it'll end up with, right? If you give them one option, that's all. It's either that or nothing.
To put them in.
But definitely, yeah. But yeah, it's not worth putting.
Anyway, you might as well take it down, Matt. He's not making his mind up, so.
They can't make it till they get on.
He wants a cup of tea first.
Right, I'm sorry, just listen. We have to put the flats in to judge and then put the vaccine up.
Good job, I've got them now.
Yeah, we have to do that. There's no other way because we're guessing. And I don't want to get, and you go, you got it wrong.
I'm not doing it again.
Exactly.
One go this time, Pete.
Exactly.
Because I've got a lot more to do. I can't be doing work twice.
Exactly.
Dave, how many goes have you got again this right?
Once.
Right. Once.
Once only,
Once
Dave.
only.
Once.
Right first time.
Hey?
Is this the third time it's going to be right first
This
time?
could be a bit difficult for Pete to get it right first time. It is, Dave.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the way it is. That's the way I am.
I mean, we've gone from inverted saw usage to,
Once only.
yeah, today.
We all agree.
No, you agree. we don't have a saying.
There's no democracy
Right, so,
here, you know.
okay, right.
Pete,
Can I take those two out, please?
When did democracy start to be an issue here?
I need those two taken down, please. No, because I need to get the flats.
See what I mean?
Only doing it once, Dave.
I'm only taking a leaf out of your book, Dave.
You only need one. You can get to 3 flats through this one out.
No, you can't.
Of course you can.
You can't.
It's up to here. What are you going to do? You only got about 3 inches there.
Oh, yeah, see what you mean. Take the middle one out,
What
yeah.
happened to the spanner?
Yeah, that's quite right. Sorry, Dave, you're right.
Right again. Right again, Dave.
Pete for the camera, who was right?
Dave's right as always.
Excellent. Dave, you were right.
I know.
Go and collect your prize.
Feels right.
Cup of tea.
Make the tea.
Cup of tea.
The other good thing, Dave, the other good thing is we've got to put a hole in the bottom of the first flat to get you up on there anyway. So it'll solve that problem at the same time.
Right, we'll have it down then.
You right?
Yeah, I'm back.
Good spanner. Good spanner. Right. You holding that end as well?
I've got this end.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah. That's why I make my baseball so high.
Yeah, well, no. Yeah,
The public can't see it.
This was what the problem was at Blakemere. Right, we didn't do this, so at Blakemere I was having to.
Out.
It looked a bit.
Well, I had to do it, and I ain't no chippy.
Tight.
That's it. You got it?
Right. Right now. We've got to mark this bolt hole.
We've got to come like it to the grass, Pete.
Eh?
So it's come like it to the
Well,
grass.
we got to.
Oh, you are now, anyway.
But there's a bolt problem there,
Yeah.
so we got to mark it.
Oh, on the base, yeah. On the floor.
So it's holding it up, isn't it? But funny enough, you can't really see
No,
it.
it's flat there.
No, it's not flat. You can see it's not a flat.
Yeah.
Wants to come round.
Yeah, no, Dave.
There's a nut like this on
Yeah, we got a
underneath.
bit of jiggly poking to do with the grass, but there's paths all the way around. Put that there for a minute.
I just need to chop out the bottom base, do you?
Yeah, but it ain't that fucking easy, unfortunately. you want to move this table for me?
Right, Dave, you happy?
Oh, okay. Never mind. Get the right information. Try.
Okay, that's it.
They're all wrong because they don't know. They can't know.
That's right.
That looks pretty impressive, doesn't it?
Is that the right way around? Was the white bit different?
Yeah, that's it, mate.
All right.
That's the way it works. Yeah. Right, now, after a cup of tea, we'll put the second block in.
Right.
And the third block, and then we know where we are.
Oh, the only little snag you're going to have is that when you tip it forward to clear the conduit, it's going to hit the flat.
Oh, tip it backwards.
Yeah, you'll have.
Just cut them. Cut the floorboard.
I need a mark on the back.
Joyce.
Yeah.
It's a good job of the flats for it, another floor.
Hey.
Good job the flats for it, another floor. You wouldn't have got there.
I was going to say, when you put the top two on, they were going to have to ship it.
If you mark it right for you, I can cut the whole floor upstairs.
Yeah.
Come on, you've got what you've got. It works at Blakemere, it'll work here.
Oh, I don't.
Alright.
Yep.
Very good.
Exactly the same. They've got exactly the same. Yeah, it ain't different.
There's something else like that.
No, you're doing it.
Oh, dear. I brought me dinner.
We've got what we've got. We're running out of time.
Go get the backboards on with Dave.
Right.
Just this to do, and then I need some hands to think, just to literally do a little bit of scenery. I've done all scenery this week. I mean, I've added so much this week. I mean, Christ, I must have added another 30 trees.
That tree is that very lifelike.
That's
I mean, that's engineered. That is it. Just
that's the oak in my garden.
right. Okay.
Okay, so I've done it for a purpose. I want to tell you what the purpose is for a minute because I'll give it away. Okay, but
Is it for public hangings?
it's for a purpose actually, but I won't tell you till.
You measured it up right, Pete, when you did it.
What's very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, where's Hopkins?
Right, the branches at the right angle, Pete, and it's on 34 degrees, isn't it?
Right, I'll tell you. I mean, I've been building trees since the 70s, really, and I built some big trees, as you know, for the O-gauge one. Building big trees in 4mm are quite difficult,
Right.
because of the thickness of the wire. And purely by chance, and it really was by chance, because seed foam has become so expensive. When it comes to doing Buddleja, I was unhappy with the way the results for Buddleja, because Buddleja's, as you know now, the railway is infested with Buddleja, and so purely by chance I came up with what I thought was a silly idea at the time.
Right. Did you try it?
Cheese to it, and then you go, well, that works. So I've done that for the last month and a half, 6 weeks, while we've been doing these new layouts, been putting the new stuff in, and then it suddenly dawned on me the other day, because if you like trees, and I'm not a tree hugger, but I do appreciate the complexity of a big tree. I mean, it is complex, particularly when you look out your garden and I'm surrounded by massive bloody trees. You can see the complexity of all the branches and the way it's shaped. I could never get this wispy effect.
Right.
And I noticed that some people use fuse wire, 10 amp fuse wire, which I could, I'd need reels of the bloody stuff. And then I suddenly realised that the stuff I use for the Buddleja is exactly the right size. So I use this as the Buddleja, and the same way is slightly different from how I did the Buddleja. You just twist it together.
This is what you had Peter soldering in a pot.
Yes, that was the Buddleja.
Probably.
Robin.
Yeah, that was exactly what I did. In fact, I should have some here somewhere because I'm still making Buddleja. But I suddenly realised that if you twist this together like you do for the Buddleja, rather than solder the bottom, which I do for the Buddleja, look, you've got very fine twigs. And I found out the real secret is to chop it.
Right.
And that gives you all the very fine. Now it's a pain up the bum because you've got to stick every single one on. But then when I did in O-gauge, when I did my trees like that with seafoam, I stuck every single branch on anyway. So there's 11 hours work in that tree.
Right.
Yeah. And that's why people don't make trees, because there's still another at least 3 hours yet to put the leaves on.
Sounds like it's faster to grow them.
Yeah, it is, yeah. Well, a tree like that would be, what, 200 years old, 170 years old?
You could have a dead tree, Pete.
You could have a dead tree. In fact, Isla Stokes used to have dead trees.
Used to have a load of ivy.
Yeah, they were brilliant. They were brilliant. I did look at that. But I've got one, I'll put one dead tree on the layout.
Okay.
But this is for a special reason. But you realise that's an 80-foot tree.
Right.
That's an 80-foot oak. So that's equivalent to about 130 years growth.
I measured the height of our trees last year before we had the arborist come round.
Yeah.
And I just ran the drone up parallel
Yeah.
and it gives you a perfect high reading.
Yeah.
That's how I can tell that. Don't
Yeah.
do anything clever.
Well, don't you remember how you did it at school?
Yeah, trigonometry.
Yeah. I've never forgotten that. You know, so you line it up and you count for the
Pythagoras theorem.
Pythagoras. No, it ain't Pythagoras, is it?
Yeah, rows of triangles.
Was it?
Isosceles triangles.
Oh, yeah, that's the isosceles. So what was the one in the water? Archimedes.
Archimedes.
Yeah, if the body is wholly or partly immersed in a liquid, solid, liquid, fluid or gas, was it? Something like that.
Like that.
Christ, I've been at school for 70 years, was it?
Can't
It's
remember
amazing
what
how
it
them
did
things
last
stick
week.
with you though, isn't it?
Yes. Some things are ingrained.
Yeah, ingrained on your brain.
But I remember I was flying the drone and I thought, hang on, I can measure these trees. You know,
And what were they?
I forget now, 28 metres?
She's what in feet?
I'll take 90
Just short of
feet.
100
Yeah.
feet, 95.
Yeah, that one I'm taking down now is 190 feet.
Right.
I spent all day taking it down. You can't see a branch off removed yet, because by the end of the day the wind was up so high.
Yeah.
We couldn't go up the next day on the Friday. But when you get trees now that big, particularly close to the road, you've got to be very careful.
Yeah.
Because I mean, well, you don't think. I mean, when you put these trees in, you forget you've really got to look after them. Because if they killed somebody, you'd never forgive yourself.
Well, ours are all listed. So we have to go through.
Yeah, but what sort of trees have you got then?
We've got acorn.
Well, oaks.
An oak tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, ours are all the ones I'm taking down are just poplars.
Right.
That's just cheap poplars. Can't touch like oaks and that. You can't touch any of them. I'm just poplars. I'm just taking out and conifers.
Yeah. I think they authorised something like a 30% cut. So we had to get specialists in.
Yeah, you have to get somebody in to do it.
Yeah, but we're arguing they're unsafe. They should come down. The councillor's saying no. You can do a bit.
Well,
We'll soon find you when it comes down though.
the danger we've got is with these. There is a definite change in the weather. There's no question about that. I mean, we're seeing winds like I've never seen, and you know, you see. I mean,
Things like we're getting now in the 80s. I can remember 87.
not like this, Dave. No, not as regularly as we do now. I mean, I lose a tree a month. A tree a month goes in my garden. You know, whether the branches come down or. And there's just the weather now is.
Yeah, but we've been in a long time, Pete. You're getting old.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is, even before, you know, you didn't get winds like this.
Some trees are supple. These start rotting from the inside.
I can't tell you what trees we've taken down so far. Not a piece of rot on them. They're absolutely perfect.
Only Ashton does that, isn't it?
Hey?
Ashton does that rot from the inside.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, and particularly now with the internet, you know, all the wires down the road, you put the people's internet out.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's a very antisocial thing, isn't it? Really.
That was my crisis last Sunday. I woke up at 7 to no internet. That was the end of my day. I'm still fixing it Monday.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think it's very, trees are beautiful and I wouldn't take them down. But I think you have to balance the growth of trees. I think, it's all right. I mean, look at the railway now. I mean, the Buddleja is a problem. I mean, the railway is dangerous. If you're you get out of train, it's dangerous.
But they don't plant for 200 years in the future, though, do they? Like our trees are hundreds of years old, so.
Yeah, they're making a massive problem storing it up for themselves, the railways, all these trees.
Yeah, but
they
you
all
look
get
at a
bigger.
picture of a railway 100 years ago and there's not a tree to be seen between them.
I mean, it's like Goodbye Rail and Jordan. There's no view now, is there?
No.
Oh, you see, you're in an alley of trees.
Yeah, but it's partly because the people are object to taking trees down, which I get, but it's also the part on saving money. To actually keep the railway tidy and in a state so you can see the scenery. If you live in a village, you probably don't want to see the people to see the scenery anyway. So you've got 3 people fighting 3 different causes. I mean, in the old days you could see, go on a preserve railway. Just look at the preserve railways. At one time I could go to to the East Lancs. You can see now it's all grown in.
Yeah.
You can't take the trees down because the neighbours would complain.
Back. You could see for miles away, and now you wouldn't even know.
Well, I mean, if you look at when we first became members at the Great Central, there were no houses. Now there's all those houses down the bottom of the sheds, and they complain about the smoke. But that's progress, isn't it? That's we may love trains and everything about them, but there are people have to live with them. Don't.
Why did they buy the house?
Well, Dave, that's an argument of a different colour. It's not,
Britain's full. I mean, I've seen videos of neighbours arguing with farmers because they're in the fields at the end of in harvest.
Yeah.
Running their combine harvesters in the middle of the night. Well, it happens once a year,
Yeah, they've got to live with it. That's it. That's why you
the
live
way
in the
farms
country.
work. You want food.
the most frightening thing that's ever happened to me here. I totally lost the plot. And it was like 11:30 at night, and I wasn't thinking. It's like
They're all broke because Margaret dropped the tin, so she just sent it down.
just like this big flashing light, and I thought, Jesus, they've landed. They've landed from Mars. It's after 11:30 at night. I wasn't thinking, like, my God, what's going on?
Biscuit.
No, not for me.
Mr. Robbins.
Yeah, it's like it's big. Anyway, of course, it was they were harvesting, and they go until midnight if the weather's good. So you went to the show. I can tell you what, there's a couple of good layouts. I see going to the NEC in April. A couple of really interesting layouts. Some of this Engage stuff now is
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Some of it, I mean, you look at it, you just go,
Over 2 mil fine scale.
yeah.
I mean, it's watchmaking, isn't it?
Oh, but just what you can achieve in Engage fine scale is equivalent to what we're doing in 4 mil. It's quite incredible, really.
It seems to be, I've noticed that it seems to be, Engage seems to be the most, seems to be more stuff available for Engage than most other gauges.
It's amazing. It's
That was never the case, was it?
No.
That was just smaller, aren't they?
but that definitely that your Chi tour when you had it and Copenhagen Fields, they are just iconic.
They won that, don't they?
Yeah, iconic.
That's a lovely layout.
It's just atmosphere, isn't it?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure I could model in Engage. I can't bloody see Engage. But I mean, it's interesting. Last weekend we had an O-gauge running day. We haven't had an O-gauge running day for 4 years, really, while we've been making tracks. The difference is it's chalk and cheese. Suddenly, I came in today. I've got some wagons I hadn't weathered from 5 years ago, from lockdown. I came in yesterday and it was just a pleasure once again to get back to O-gauge
I like that teak effect you did. I saw that on your development.
Well,
That's good. That's probably one of the best
I couldn't believe.
things ever, because you see some that are all shiny and
I couldn't
orange. And
honestly, I couldn't believe what I saw. I saw the guy doing it, and fair play to him. But I'm going. Why is he using? What's he doing this for? What's he using senna for? We learn. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. I've probably done actually 200 teaks. But like you've seen me do teak. I mean, I can do a coach in 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah, pretty quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, in the end, I even perfected it even further. I made myself a spray teak. I used to spray them all first, let that dry, and then get the Ronseal out. And you've seen my teaks here; they're all different colours.
Yeah.
You can have them light or dark.
you see them on, you see them on the valley, and they are.
Yeah, well, I spent a whole year. This is not an exaggeration. I did when I used to come up from London to Eric's, and we had the workshop in the Midlands there. I used to spend Saturday morning at Eric's. Then after lunch, we'd go to the valley, and every weekend I took pictures of those teaks from Christmas to Christmas. So you could see them in different lights, and you could see the way they weathered down, and that's what I did.
They are. I mean, when I used to paint the coaches on Llangollen, and no two coach was ever the same. John, especially John, because he would always get a different colour maroon.
Yeah. No, but what was interesting was the first time I ever saw it. Michelle Davison was doing a teak, and it was at Leicester, one of the O'Gage do's that we used to have at Leicester all those years ago. Like Evermond saw it. It's got to be 25 years ago. And I watched her, and I didn't really know. I knew her from Slaters, but I didn't really know. And I watched her, and I thought, wow, O'Gage. And what she did, which I thought was fantastic, she used a HB pencil, and she put some lines on the coach side to represent, the grain. And I was with Chris Louth, and I said, that looks fantastic. So on the way home, I'll never forget, I stopped and I bought a tin of Ronseal, quick drying, does what it says on the tin, teak, and an HB pencil. And the first two I did in exactly the same method that Michelle did. And then I just thought to myself, well, what's happening is that the shellac in the Ronseal is pulling the HB pencil, right? Because the HB pencil's obviously got graphite in it, so it's pulling it. That's what's giving it the grain. So I guessed if you let the teak stand and didn't stir it, it would separate. So because you pull it hard, so you put very thin layers on, and it looks bloody dreadful till you get to layer 3. But because you're doing 4 parts, by the time you get to the 4th one, the first one's dry. So you go back over it, and you notice once you get to the 3rd part, you start to see the grain. So I've never used the HB pencil since. I've always just used the actual. I mean, I've always got it's a tin here somewhere. I just don't stir it. I leave it, and it naturally just. It just works, I don't know why it works, but it just works. And as I say, I must have done over 200. I mean, I've got over 25 on here.
I'll say, we did a video thing once.
Yeah.
Having done the real ones,
Yeah.
and you have to start off on the bare wood with gold size.
Really?
Yeah, because gold size doesn't dry.
Right.
And it won't stick otherwise. You see teak coaches and all the paints come off. It's because there's the oil in the teak.
Yeah.
And gold size doesn't dry. And you do a couple of coats
Doesn't rot teak.
gold size.
No. Well, they pulled their last lot of teak they got was that those Irish shipwrecks. First World War, weren't they?
I've still got quite a bit of teak. And when they blew the power station up, well, the bridge from us, going back, I don't know, 20 years now, 30 years probably. I ended up getting all the power station doors. They're about 2.5 inches thick.
I've got the benches from Liverpool University.
Scrap a lot of them. The bloke next door, he used to work there at the power station. He says, some timber, he said, he said these doors, he just hanging about. So I got a trailer back at van and went down.
Amazing, isn't it?
Putting them
Teak. Teak's an amazing wood.
That's what some of the boxes that you've got for.
Well, I also, I mean, the other thing I did was, in fact, I've got one here somewhere. Hang on there, Dave. Here. I know I've got one somewhere. Here. You got, this was, it's an auto cut trailer. But I was experimenting with different ideas, purely just playing about. So you can see dark ones and light ones.
Come on, boys, he's not getting the baby bath this.
Come on then.
Got a lot of work to do.
Will you help Dave? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I just want to finish off. What am I doing?